So, all in all, Neila, Neila, what does all this mean? Like, what are all these numbers? What is this chart like? Dumb it down in a nutshell. In a nutshell, hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Neila Montelus. I am a South Florida Realtor. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be doing a market update. So we're going to start with the broader Florida market. And this report is only targeting single family homes. So not including condos, not including townhomes, not including co-ops, none of that. Just single family homes. And we're going to be comparing May 2026 to May of 2025. So closed sales in all of Florida were at 24,915 as of May, which is not much of a difference from last year's numbers. And pretty much if you look down throughout this whole entire chart, a lot of the numbers are not that big of a difference, right? They're pretty minor when it comes to the single family home sales. Now, we did have a few more people pay in cash this year as compared to last year. And median sale price did increase a little bit at $425,000 as compared to last year's $415,000. Let's scroll down. Closed sales, much more closed sales in 2022 than in 2025. Numbers have slightly decreased. And median sale price is holding steady at $425,000 since 2022 all the way through 2026. Inventory has definitely increased, right? We're looking at 2022, inventory was at about 22,000 homes, and then up right now in May of 2026, you're looking at about almost 100,000 homes. So that's a large increase. In foreclosures, single family homes, May of 2026, there was 185 closed sales for foreclosures. And then May 2025, 133 foreclosure sales. And the median sale price within the foreclosure market did decrease this year as opposed to last year. So last year was at $255,663, and this year's $234,000, $234,100 for this year. So that's all of Florida for single family homes. Now I've narrowed it down to Palm Beach County. For those of you that know that you want to live in Palm Beach County, you're certain you like Palm Beach County, or you're just interested in Palm Beach County, I've narrowed it down. So we'll start with looking at active inventory, and then we'll go to pending, and then we'll go to sold inventory, so you guys have a full idea of kind of what the market looks like in Palm Beach County. So same thing, May of 2025, this is active inventory. We had much more active listings on the market. May, there's 14,670 of last year, and this year we have 11,621. Okay, so it actually wasn't that big, but this chart makes it look like it's a big gap. But if we look at the numbers here, it's only about 3,000 or so off as far as active inventory. Okay, now let's take a look at, and this is all property types. So if you look at down here in the bottom left-hand corner, it's all property types. So this is including single family homes, townhomes, and condos, manufactured homes. It's not just single family homes like this previous summary sheet. Active inventory. Okay, let's do pending. Pending inventory. Palm Beach County pending inventory. Okay, so you're at 800 up from last year's. So last year's pending inventory was 3,076. This year we're at 3,904 pending inventory. 3,904. And pending inventory, okay, so what's really important is these numbers are all important. Okay, before I jump ahead of myself, let's go and see what closing sold homes, what that looks like, closed sales, and apply. So these numbers are pretty much the same, right? June 2025, a year, 2020, 2026, funny, 2026. 2026 closed sales, and in May of 2026, 2,458 closed sales. So it did go up about 400, right? When you look at the data and you think about it, so of the 14,000 homes, I think that's correct. I think it was 14,000. Of the 14,000 homes that were, no. Oh, no, 11,000. 14,000 was 2025. 11,000 was 2026 for active inventory. So of the active inventory of the 11,000 homes that are active on the market, there was about 3,000 of those homes pending. So pending meaning that it went into contract, they're negotiating, and in the process of getting ready to close the deal. So of the 11,000 homes, 3,000, and that is so small. That is so small, that went into pending. And then of the pending 3,000, 2,458 closed. So then that means that maybe there was roughly 600 to 700 people that the deal just fell through. They weren't able to close on that property. So in total, 11,000 homes active, and of those 11,000 homes that were active, 258 sold. I mean, 2,000, wow, that'd be terrible. 2,458 sold, which is still a really small percentage. And what that means is there were more sellers on the market than there were buyers. In the event that there are more sellers on the market than there are buyers, it's a buyer's market because the buyers have all the advantage because they have so many homes to choose from, right? They have room to negotiate. And they just have the upper hand. It's your typical supply versus demand, and there's much more supply than there is demand, right? We started with active inventory. So active inventory was at 11,000, and then essentially sold inventory, closed sales was at 2,458. So you can definitely tell that 2025 was a strong buyer's market in Florida, in Palm Beach County. And even here, January of 2026, closed sales were at 1,644, and we saw inventory for 2026 was at 11,000 in May. So imagine in January it could have been like at 9,000. Okay, well let's just go back. Let's go back. Active inventory, apply. January, was this December? Okay. Oh, 13,000. So inventory was higher. So in January 2026, inventory was at 13,895. And the last slide, we saw that of the 13,895, only 1,684 or something like that homes sold. So definite strong buyer's market. We have all these sellers saying, hey, I want to sell my home. And 1,000 buyers are like, I'll take what you have, basically. And so active inventory did decrease in May from January just this year to 11,621. And let's see what the closed sales. Let's see the difference in closed sales. So with more 13,000, yep, we went over that 1,600. So closed sales. So closed sales, even though inventory decreased from 13,000 to 11,000, closed sales did rise. So that's good. More buyers are taking advantage of the buyer's market, taking advantage of the many homes that are available. So closed sales increased from January to May to the 2,458 number. So all in all, Neila, what does you're like, Neila, what does all this mean? Like, what are all these numbers? What is this chart like? Dumb it down in a nutshell. In a nutshell, it is a buyer's market. There are plenty of homes available, plenty of room to negotiate, and have your pick. Have your pick. Like I said earlier, classic supply and demand. There is so much supply and not a lot of demand. Buyers have all the power. You all should take advantage of it. Now, let me know. This video is supposed to be really short, just a really quick market update. June 2026, what the market looked like last month, and comparing it from 2025 to 2026. Let me know if you want me to narrow it down to a specific city, right? Or maybe a different county, so that you can get a little more, a deeper snapshot. You guys can always comment down in the comments or reach out to me if you want even a more specific home evaluation. Let's say you're selling a house and you want to know like what the market is like in your neighborhood, in your area. I can definitely help with that free of charge. Just reach out to me. So let's go back to here. And this is the monthly market summary that we went over. I could also go back and do condos if you guys are interested in condos more. And I can also narrow this down if you guys like this chart better. I can narrow it down to a specific city, a specific county. But today I figured I would do Florida as a whole, in case you're still wondering which part of Florida that you want to move to, or you just want to see Florida as a whole, like what the market looks like as a whole. And then I also went with Palm Beach County because I do most of South Florida. And I'm very familiar with Palm Beach County because I was born and raised in Palm Beach County. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for staying tuned. Let me know what you guys think of this style of video as opposed to, well, I noticed that you guys actually like most of the video where I'm out in the community, which I completely understand. It's more interactive. You get to see the city. You get to see more of what South Florida is like. So I definitely get that. But market updates are cool too. Like, you got to be informed. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.